When I was rather young, around age 9 or 10, I lived with my family in a house that was very old. This house was fairly small and gorgeous, though at that age I very much doubt I appreciated the architecture, and was built sometime in the late 1800s. The house was situated so that you walked in the front door and could see right down a narrow hallway, with doors branching off along the sides of it, each one leading to the bathroom, the kitchen, TV room, etc. One could easily place one hand on one wall of the hallway and touch the other without even fully extending their arms. My room was in the attic, which was accessed by a steep pull-down set of stairs, situated at the very end of the hallway. My parents and baby sister slept in the bedroom on the main floor. My room was your typical attic, always cold and shoddily finished, with sloped ceilings that creaked with the wind and a small circular window overlooking the front yard. Despite the drawbacks, I was happy to have not only my own room, but my own level of the house. And I thought it was cool that instead of a door, I had a staircase. I figured I had more power over who was to enter my room that way. My room was a short, narrow rectangle that ran the length of the house, as it sat directly above the hallway, though it was about twice as wide. Directly opposite the entrance was my round window, and below it was where I situated my bed. I loved to look out the little window at the sky before I fell asleep. One night, about a year after we had moved into the house, something woke me from my sleep. I was unconcerned, as the house was full of noises, and sometimes they woke me up. But I remember feeling that I shouldn't go back to sleep. I looked at my clock, and it was shortly after 2 in the morning. I sat up, and something I saw in my peripheral made me freeze immediately. Someone was standing at the other end of the room, by the stairs. I remember sitting as still as possible, not even breathing. I didn't scream or run or even turn on the light. I just sat there and stared, terrified. The person began to walk towards my bed, and as they got closer, I could tell that something was off. It wasn't a person, but I wasn't seeing a ghost either. They weren't glowy or see-through, but still somehow ethereal. As they got closer, I was able to discern the gaunt face and sad, dead, wet eyes of a young man. He wore a soldier's uniform from the Civil War. I remember this being an important realization to me, though I couldn't tell you what side he was on. The man's clothes were ragged and dirty, and as he walked over to my bed, he turned and looked at me. When he got to my little bed with the pink comforter, he turned and fell onto the mattress, as if he had been shot dead. But he never landed. He just disappeared right then and there. As I looked around in horror, the same man appeared at my doorway again and repeated the action again without fail. Then again, it was like a video was playing on a loop. Each trip was identical to the last. This lasted about 15 minutes, and then abruptly stopped. The next night, the sad soldier returned. I saw him a couple nights a month until we moved, for unrelated reasons, a year later. My parents always thought I was telling stories, and nobody else ever saw the soldier but me. Note, this took place in Colorado. I have no idea why a Civil War soldier would be